Hey everyone, Live 487 here in widescreen. Today I've received a product from a new vendor, a new Australian vendor, vapeme.com.au. Vapeme have set up a site that you can go to and check out. And one of the products that they've sent me to review is their Infinity Premium Pack. There it is there. Now this one, it's a little bit different to your standard sort of starter kit. In this particular case, the target audience is someone who wants to basically get an electronic cigarette for the first time, but wants something that looks like a cigarette, behaves like a cigarette, but doesn't want to sort of have to worry about charging things all the time and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's have a look at the actual kit itself. It comes in this nice box here, and at the top here you've got what's called a PCC, which is a personal charging case. I'll look at that in a sec. Down here it actually says there's a charger in there, but because this is an international product, the charger is actually over here in a separate box. Okay. And essentially the charger is a USB sort of thing. So you get the actual USB cable itself, and then an Australian plug, which I left out there. But rest assured, there's an Australian plug, and you basically plug that into the wall, and then you plug this into the USB on the plug, and then this end will go in and charge this actual case here. Okay, and that just goes in the bottom. It's a mini USB connection, so that just go in there like that. So you can actually plug this into a computer or any USB compatible device, and that'll charge this unit here. Now, this particular unit here, as I say, it's called a PCC, and as I say, it means personal charging case. And what it does is it serves one function of looking like a packet of cigarettes, for those people who are conscious about those sort of things. And when you open it up, it even sort of looks like a cigarette packet on the inside. And essentially it comes with this one battery here, and then 5 refillable cartridges along here that you can fill with juice and then put in there. What I actually prefer to do is actually put one of these little cap over the top like that, so it doesn't, the juice doesn't evaporate or leak or anything like that. Not that they do leak, to be honest, but it helps it not evaporate as much. Anyway, so when you want to have a vape, you untwist. Sorry, I'm blocking the vision there. Untwist that from the PCC, and that's the battery itself. And then you take one of your pre-filled cartomizers out of here, cartridges, and you simply attach and twist, okay, and then vape away. Just like a real cigarette. As you can see, it's got a little red or orange LED light that lights up, but it doesn't actually hurt, so I can even hold it like this. Doesn't heat up or anything. There's no smoke. That's just water vapor that's coming out there. So there it is. It's approximately the size of, say, a king size cigarette. So it's slightly bigger than a regular cigarette, maybe, although not by much. Only maybe this much more than a regular cigarette. So it essentially looks like a real cigarette. It weighs slightly more, as you would expect, because it's a battery rather than a cigarette. But effectively, if someone saw you with this and you were using it, they probably wouldn't even look twice. And I guess that's the appeal of this type of e-cigarette, is that it looks like a real cigarette, both in terms of the visual sense and the behaviour of a cigarette. Now, the beauty of getting this kit is that it comes with the PCC, and like I say, it's personal charging case. So when you've had your little cigarette break, if you like, your electronic cigarette break, you just unscrew this, put your cartridge back in there, and then you put that down in this side, and you actually screw it in until it stops screwing in, and that's it. Now, to actually charge this battery, because this is a rechargeable battery, you press and hold this little button here. I'm sure you can see that little button there. You press and hold this button, and a little green light comes on. I'll show you that. So you press and hold it, and the green light comes on. Notice how it's flashing, and then you notice this also flashed as well. That's indicating that it's actually now charging this electronic cigarette battery, and there it goes. It's now red, which indicates that this is fully charged, because like I say, it was already charged to begin with. I only had a little couple of sucks on it. So, and then as you can see, the light's turned off now. So essentially, it will charge and keep charged that battery that you've got. So you might think, oh, I've only got one battery, what do I do when I need to charge it? Well, if every time after you've used it, you put it back in here and simply press this button and hold it for a couple of seconds, close it, put it in your pocket like you normally would with a packet of cigarettes, or whatever you do with your normal packet of cigarettes. By the time you go to take it out again, it'll be charged again and you can use it straight away. That is what a PCC is all about, and this one's great. You can actually press the button once and you can see here on this electronic display just how much charge is left. I'll just get a bit closer. You can see, I need to charge the actual case. You can see there's 2 bars left. Just like on a mobile phone thing, it shows how many bars are left in the battery. So that's indicating how much battery life is left in the case itself. I'm not really sure. It's probably around about 4 to 6 times that you'll be able to charge this battery, the electronic cigarette battery, before this would need to be charged. So going from a full charge of this, you can recharge this a full 4 to 6 times, which means that basically you can use this battery. I'll just take it out again. You can use this battery for around about 45 minutes to 1.5 hours, depending on how heavily you use it, before it goes flat, and then charge it, and then once it's fully charged again, well, you don't have to wait till it's fully charged to start using it again, of course, but for the sake of this example, if you fully charged it and then use it again for another hour and then put it back in and then charge it fully again, so you get 4 to 6 times of that. So essentially, you're getting 5 to 7 hours of actual vaping time, and that's actual using it time, not just standby time. When it's standby like this, it's not using the battery at all. So yeah, so if you use it for like 20 minutes, whatever, and then put it back in, it's going to recharge 20 times or whatever in that sense, because it's it's not having to do a full charge of the battery each time. Like I say, it comes with 5 of these cartomizers or cartridges, and in Australia you can't sell them with nicotine, so they do come pre-filled with a flavour. It's just a pretty generic sort of tobacco flavour, but at some point, obviously the juice inside will wear out, and then you'll need to you don't have to throw them away, is my point, is you'll need to refill it with something. Now on the vapeme.com.au website, they do have some juices, again with no nicotine in them because you can't sell the nicotine in Australia. But yeah, you can get more of that juice, and you can there's some other flavors you can get there as well. I think they've only got a small selection, but essentially you can refill them maybe about 6 or 7 times before you have to completely replace it. But of course, then you can buy a new set of 5 or just 1 or whatever. They're probably around about anywhere from say $2, $2.50, that kind of thing. That's generally what they sell these for. But anyway, like I say, works fine, as you can see. Plenty of simulated smoke, or vapor as we like to call it, and certainly, as I say, the battery life with the PCC, it's going to get you through a day, no problem. And then when you finish at the end of the day, you just plug this into the charger, or as I say, into the USB port, and charges up the main case, and it's ready to go again for another day. And the actual case itself is actually quite attractive. It's quite a neutral thing, so both woman or man could have it. And yeah, I think it's quite a good unit for someone looking for that kind of angle where it's something that looks like a cigarette, behaves like a cigarette, but you're not compromising on the performance of the battery life. So currently these are actually on sale at vapeme.com.au. I believe, I'll just have a look down here at the price, at the sale price, because I knew what the original price was, but the sale price is currently $58.95 plus shipping, of course. So as I say, that's a really good way to get into vaping if you're looking for something like this, as I say, that looks like a cigarette. Anyway, that's it for me today on this review. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe more on the weekend, with some more reviews on other products, perhaps some more Vapeme products that I have. Thanks for watching.